Okay, the principles for the backward and forward throws are pretty much the same as what we've been talking about already. You know, making sure you've got control of the head, grip on the sleeve, direction, braking balance. We're going in this direction here. Make sure you've got a good pull on the sleeve, pull the sleeve into the body, and then pushing the head down, pull and push. Okay, principles are pretty much the same. Okay, teaching ogoshi, for example, same. Grip is more or less the starting grip is the same. Right hand comes off, goes under the arm, take the belt, turn the feet around, bend the knees, push the hip through the space here, straighten the legs, and lift. Keep hold of the partner. Yeah. Keep hold of his sleeve. Okay. Direction. Going in the same direction as your partner. Your feet are going in the same direction. Your body's turning, going in the same direction. Keeping good balance. Okay. Seminari. Same. High grip. Should be a high grip on the sleeve as well. Okay? See a lot of kids doing Seminari, they're holding the end of the sleeve, and then it's very loose. Okay? It's a shoulder throw, so you need to control the shoulder. Okay? You can't control the shoulder if you're holding the end of the sleeve. You've got better control here. Then take the right arm off. Where the arm is bending, is going under the armpit. There. Okay? Common mistake is to pull the arm onto the shoulder. A lot of kids do this. They wrap the arm over the shoulder, almost choking themselves. They do this. It's not just beginners. I've seen national squad players do the same thing. And the arm is on the top of the shoulder. It shouldn't be there. Okay? The bend of the arm should be going under the armpit. It's not the arm coming up here. This stays here. Control it. Lock on here. Control this part here. Control the shoulder. Then turn. Here. Okay? The arm shouldn't be on your shoulder. It shouldn't be around your neck. Okay? Same principle. Turn the head around. Lock in here. I tend to teach kids to do Seminari off the knees, and I'm thinking about whether that's the wrong thing to do now, because one of my kids got disqualified the other week for dropping on his knees doing Seminari. So, I don't know. The reason why I do it is because if you teach Seminari to a beginner like this, they're dropping from this height. Okay, so their partner's a beginner as well. They don't have to balance, and there's always a risk they can drop on the head or the shoulder or drop someplace where they shouldn't. So that's why I've always done Seminari off the knees, because they're falling from this height as opposed to this height. So I think it's safer, but then if they get used to doing it like that, and then they go into competition, and they're not allowed to go on their knees, then they could end up penalised for that. Okay? But anyway, I'll show you how I teach it off the knees. Okay, so they take the hand off, clench the fist, because you don't have to hold on with this hand. It's the bend of the arm that's going under the armpit. Here, lock it in. Then, you're dropping onto your knees between your partner's feet, and you're trying to land so that both of your knees are in line with the toes. Okay? If you're landing out here, it's no good, because you're going to have a gap like this between you and your partner. We don't want to have a gap. Okay? You need to land inside. with your knees here and here. Okay, so here, nice and tight. Now, if you try to put your hand between us, you can't. There's no space there. Nice and tight here. Then continue, not with the head into the floor, turn the head, shoulder in. Same as a Tai Toshi, your head does 360. You end up looking in the same place. Here, then I'm in position now for Osakome. Perfect position for the Osakome. Again. Okay, make sure they have their feet on. Take the hand off. Lock in. There. Both knees land together. Drive the shoulder in, turn the head. Turn, turn, turn. There. I'm looking back there again. This arm's still locked in here. It's tight. Look how tight that is. There. Yeah? Again. Direction. Okay, eye grip on the sleeve. Take the right hand off. Close the hand. Lock in. Bend of the arm. Lock in. Drop. Both knees inside. Legs here. Not here. This is no good. He's going that way and I'm going that way. It's no good. Not landing out here. Look at the space behind me. That's no good. Okay, there must be no space between us. Here. There. It's impossible for him to get off that. He's going for 10. We normally start with some basic technique. At whatever level they are, always start with the basics. Even if you're an elite player, you always start with basic technique. Okay, so the first technique in the syllabus, I believe, is Osoto Otoshi. Yeah, so we normally start with something like that, or Tai Toshi. And what I'm going to do is move really quick. I'm going to do a lot of techniques and then just give you an idea of how I teach that technique to children. Okay? I'm not saying it's the best way, but I'm showing you my way. Okay? You might have your own ideas, but I'm just going to show you how I would do it. And you need to get the main points across. Okay? About positioning of the body, positioning of the feet, the grip, direction, obviously landing correctly, proper ukemi. Okay? And then we'll move on from there. Right. Where's my uki? You're hiding now. You're trying to hide from me. Okay, so the first thing is the grip. Can't do any judo unless you're holding on to your opponent. The rules say you must be holding on with 2 hands. Okay? And the rules are really strict now on gripping. You're not even allowed to break the grips anymore, like you were before, which actually is a good thing. Alright? In my opinion. So the rules say you must hold on with 2 hands. Most of the kids are going to be right-handed. Okay? If there's someone who's left-sided, I'd probably take them to one side and do it separately rather than confusing everybody, because I'm actually right-handed, but I copied my coach who was left-handed, and he was demonstrating left. And when you're a beginner, you don't know any different, so you just do whatever the coach demonstrates. Okay? So the right hand goes on the collar, and it's a high grip on the collar, emphasis on the high grip. A grip down here in your partner's stomach is no good. Most of the time, I don't know many throws that you can do from down here, because you need to control your partner's head. You cannot control his head if you're holding in the stomach here. Okay? So you need a high grip on the collar, fingers outside, thumb in. The left hand is holding the sleeve. Make sure you're holding in the sleeve, you haven't got your thumbs inside or your fingers inside the sleeve. hold the sleeve here. He also has to get a grip as well. Don't have the other one standing there with his hands hanging down by his side. Okay? Both of you have to be holding on. So if he's right-handed, his right hand's on the collar and his left hand's on the sleeve as well. Okay? Now we're ready to begin. Okay? For Osoto Toshi, it's 2 steps. Okay? It's 2 steps. The left foot moves first to the side until it's in line with your partner's feet. That's the first step here. 1. Leave a gap here because your right leg has to come through and go behind your partner's leg here. That's step number 2. Okay? And then we're pulling down on the sleeve, breaking the balance, pulling the head, and push. Emphasis on keeping hold of the partner. I'm still holding on to him at the end of the throw. I didn't let go of him. I need to keep control. Then we can explain why that's important, as well as safety reasons. I'm not able to do transition to niwaza if I'm not holding him. If I let go of him and I don't score ippon, he's going to be gone. There's no chance for niwaza. Okay? If I keep holding the sleeve, he tries to escape. Go. Fine. It gives me time. I've got control. It gives me time to put the osekomi on it. Okay? So controlling the sleeve is really important. Okay? Once again, different direction. Right hand on the collar, left hand on the sleeve. Later on, I let them practice it for a bit, and then we can start making some adjustments and corrections. I don't spend too much time talking about breaking the balance until later on, because then they have too many things to think about. But obviously later on you have to start talking about using the hands, pulling, breaking the balance. So as soon as I make the first step here, I've already started to use the hands to break his balance. Here. There. But they can't grasp that concept in the beginning. You have to introduce it slowly and a bit later on. Let them just practice doing the 2 steps. That's going to be hard enough for beginners to remember. Believe it or not, just remembering to do the 2 steps. Because I still have kids that I've been teaching for weeks and they're still doing this. For Osoto Toshi. They're trying to do it in 1 step. Of course, when you try to do it in 1 step, you're going to be off balance. You're going to be countered. Okay, so you have to do 2 steps. 1, 2. Okay, very important. Okay, 1, leave the gap. 2, put your foot on the floor, not here. Put the foot on the floor. Push back. Keep the sleeve. There. His job is to do the ukemi. Good ukemi. That's his job. Not landing here. Not landing here. Remember, not landing on the elbow. They're going to get injuries to the shoulder and to the elbow if they start landing like that. They must get into the habit of landing on the back. The reason why they land like that is because they're trying to avoid going onto the back. They're afraid, in the beginning, they're afraid of landing on the back. They have to have the confidence to land on the back flat and do the ukemi properly. Not try to twist off the throw, because when they try to twist off the throw, then they start landing like this. That's when you start getting the injuries. Okay? When they try to avoid the throw. Okay, so I'm going to look first at Ouchigari. I'm going to do it on the left because I can't do it very well on the right hand side, so I do it better on the left. Okay, so again, it's a high grip on the collar, good grip on the sleeve. Okay, if your opponent has a high grip here, all right, it's better to get control of this before you attack. Okay, because if he's got a good grip on your head here, you're in a vulnerable position. As soon as you start to turn, he's going to counter because he's dominant here. Okay, so before you do anything, you need to get this grip away from the back of the collar. That's where he has it, and get it under control. Here it's okay. But when he's it's a bit dangerous. Here. Here, it's okay. Okay? Then, I want to pull his head forward. Pull. Here. Pull. What reaction do I get? He wants to pull back. He wants to get straight. Okay? When you feel him pulling himself to come straight, that's when you start moving. Okay? Here, start moving. This leg starts coming in. This is what I call the driving leg. This is the hooking leg, and this is the driving leg. Here. Okay, in, 1, 2. The driving leg starts coming in. Here. Okay? I might even get a reaction by doing that foot pattern, which makes him think that I'm going to throw him forward. So as soon as I do that, he thinks I'm going to throw him forward. See ya? And then change direction. Okay? So maybe he's strong. Maybe you can't pull his head down because he's very strong, or he might be a lot taller than you. You can't get the head down. Then you can do that action there. Important thing is to keep the leg hooked. The leg is hooked. My knee is the first part of my body that hits the floor. Not the foot. The knee comes down first. Okay? What a lot of kids do when they start doing Ouchigari is they put the foot on the floor behind the partner. And that stops them from throwing. They do that, and they put the foot there on the floor behind. There. That foot shouldn't be on the floor. It's hooking action there. Hook. Hook. The knee comes down. There. If you put your foot on the floor, you're stopping yourself from throwing it. Okay? And you have to have full commitment. Full commitment with it. Okay? Hook it. And push. There. Look how straight this leg is. That's the driving leg. Hooking leg, driving leg. There. Okay? With the kids, you can, if they're struggling with it, because Ouchigari is, I think, one of the most difficult throws to do. It looks simple, but it's not. It's really difficult. Get the partner to put the leg forward that they want to hook. Those are the right-handed. Put the left foot forward. That's the one they want to hook. Okay? Then they just drop. Pull the head down and drop. Drop in there. So they don't have to stretch to reach the leg. Get the partner to get Uki to help. Okay, so just bring the foot forward there, and then they just practice pushing the leg through, keeping that hooked. Don't put the foot down. Okay, and you have to. They have to be told to turn the body. Because if you're going like this, you're going to get counted. So you have to turn your body. There, turn here. Turn the chest into the partner. There. Okay? But this is a good skill. This foot pattern is a good. you can do uchikomi with this here. This is a good exercise to learn. Because I can throw him in any direction with this. He doesn't know. I could be going here, or I could be going here. Okay? 1, 2, 2, 2. Next technique is Tai-Toshi. A bit more complicated, more steps, different direction. Okay, you have to turn the body around. Tai-Toshi is fairly easy. It's the same direction, you don't have to turn. Tai-Toshi is a bit more difficult. Okay, so it's a good progression in the syllabus, the Tai-Toshi. It's a natural progression to go in the other direction. Same grip, eye grip, sleeve grip, partner's gripping as well. This time it's 3 steps. And this time it's the right foot that goes first. Into the middle of your partner's feet. Don't go too deep, because then you're going to be too close to him and you don't have the room to turn. Put the foot in front of his feet there. That's step number 1. Step 2, move the left leg behind you. You're going to pivot on your right foot. You're trying to get your left foot over there. There. Now you can see my body's turned. I'm facing the same way as my partner, which is important. My feet are pointing in the same direction as my partner's feet. Okay, so my position is perfect. Now what I have to do is the 3rd step. Block his right leg. There. Pull and push. Keep hold of the sleeve. Okay? Watch it again. This direction, this time. Right hand high on the collar. Not down here. High on the collar. Sleeve. 3 steps. 1. We can talk about breaking the balance again later on. You can see me starting to move the hands immediately that I make the 1st step. 1, 2, 3. Keep hold of the sleeve. There. Okay? It's a bit more difficult, but some of them find it easier to throw forward than backwards, even although it's more things to remember. Okay? Direction. 1, 2. The 2nd step mustn't be too big. Don't swing this leg all the way out here. Because what happens is then you have to stretch to get that leg there. And then you're off balance. So the 2nd step is not a big step. There. It's not a big step. And then you don't have to stretch to get the right leg through. Common mistake with beginners with Tai-Toshi is the right arm, is the position of the right arm is usually wrong. A lot of beginners do this. And their arm is like this. They're throwing and they're falling. And the arm is back here. Or the elbow is in the air, there. Or the arm is over the shoulder here. It's never where it's supposed to be. The arm is supposed to be bent. And the elbow is supposed to be sitting on your belt. Then you can use your bicep. You can't use your bicep if your arm is twisted in this position. It's weak. You're not going to throw anybody with this. Okay? If you're going to throw a javelin, you wouldn't pick it up and do this with it, would you? It's not going to go very far. Keep your elbow down so that you can use this muscle here to drive your partner's head forward. Okay? 1, 2, look, the arm's going down. Immediately. There. So I can drive his head forward. I can talk about direction now. Okay? Talk about direction for the time session. Okay, you need to be able to turn your head 360 degrees. Circle. Okay? So I'm looking in that direction to start with, and I should still be looking there at the end. Okay? Because my head's going to turn completely around. Okay? So that's the direction. 1, 2, 3. 360. Okay? Finish is important. Finish of the technique is important. So you can get them to throw into the Osekoni position. Okay? As opposed to just throwing all the time like that. They must get used to doing the transition into Niwaza. So you can encourage them to do the Kesugatami or Yoko Shuriken or whatever. Okay? But turning the head is really important. Okay? Not looking down at the front, not looking there. Because if you look there, that's where your partner's going to go. He's going to go in the direction where you're looking. Okay? That's not the direction. And the more you turn your head, the more rotation you can get with the hips. Okay? Your hip will go with your head. Okay? So if your head's not turning, you're not going to get any rotation. There. So, Tominagi stomach throw. I start them on the ground, and I work back to front. Okay, because the hardest part of Tominagi is the entry. So leave that until the end. Okay, try and break it down into sections, and then work back to the beginning. Okay, so they start on the floor, lie down. Lie down flat. Okay. Okay, he's right-handed, his right foot is going to go in my stomach here. Not too high, not in the chest. It's not here. Down here on the belt, somewhere. Not in the groin. That can be painful too. Here. Okay. Step over this leg. Right, he has to let his knee bend. Because I'm going to walk forward, keep walking until I can put my hands on the mat somewhere past his head. If I can't put my hands past the head, I'm not in the right place. What you don't want them doing is trying to roll from here, because there's going to be a clash of heads. Okay, so until the kids can put their hands on the mat, they're not to try to roll. Okay, so they walk, walk until the hands can get on the mat past the partner's head. He's going to give a little push. And I roll off and do my ukemi. And then he comes and does his. Same thing. The foot in place. Walk. Hands down. Push. There. I grip on the collar and I grip on the sleeve. And push. Okay? So start gripping up. Right hand on the collar, I grip behind the head, grip on the sleeve. As you mean. The wrong direction. The person who's down here starts going in the wrong direction, so you have to tell them not to turn the body. What they do is they turn off the back and they start turning here. If you turn to the side, your partner will go to the side. Okay, and if you turn this side, he's going to go over that side. he will go whichever way you turn. You shouldn't be turning left or right. Your leg should be going over your head. There. Your leg is only going in one direction there. Not here. Not here. Here. Okay? That's the direction. Okay? Sometimes what I get them to do, come back here, please. To get them to do that, or think about it more, I want them to go into osekomi. From here, so they push, 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 and then roll over, follow your leg. Follow the leg over. Into osekomi. There. Watch it again. Okay, so you're doing like a backward roll. You're doing like a backward roll. There, follow your partner. There, there, there. You're landing in the osekomi. End up on the wrong side, so that's something you need to work on. But we're going to move on. The entry is the hardest part of the throw. Okay, so that's what we're going to do now. So you know the middle part, you know the end part of the throw now. So we're 3/4 there. Okay, the last part is this bit. So you're taking your grip, put your foot in position. There. He has to hold my foot there for me so I can keep my balance. Okay? Then, if I fall down here now, I'm too far away. I need to hop in. Move this foot in there. And then sit down. So it's a hop, sit down. Now I'm in the middle, where we were before. Continue. There. Okay? Watch it again. High grip, sleeve, put the foot in position, he's going to support me. Okay? Left foot hops in the middle of his feet. Hop, get as close as you can, sit down. Yeah, underneath him, now we're where we were before. So this is familiar territory, just keep going. Actually, the reason why the Seminario fails is because people stop when they get on their back. Stopping is what makes the throw fail. Once you've got that momentum of your body falling to the ground, you should keep going. When you stop, that's where you lose it. That's when they have the chance to get round the leg and hold you down. Okay, so stopping when you get to the floor is dangerous. Once you start moving, you should keep moving. Thinking in your mind all the time about getting this leg over your head. Backward roll. You're backward rolling. Okay? Again, here, he holds it. Sit. Keep going. Don't stop. Here. You show us your technique. It's quite good. This is what you should have been doing. Straight to the osekomi. Nice movement. Good rotation. Excellent. Okay? That's what you should have been doing. Good. So that's how I teach Tomonagi. It's a very simple way to do it. Kids learn it. And I'm confident I can teach any child, any beginner to learn Tomonagi in 1 hour.